Hey guys, Gene from Crossbow Magazine again with another product spotlight. Today I wanted to introduce you to the brand new sight from Omega Sights. It's the Omega 2 laser rangefinding sight. Now this sight can be used on crossbows, on shotguns, on rifles, but it certainly has an application for crossbows, and it's a really exceptional sight for crossbows. What differentiates it from other sights, now there are other laser rangefinding sights that are coming to the market, but this one actually has continual ranging. So as far as a crossbow sight goes, this is the only one that I'm aware of that has continual ranging. So as long as the unit is powered on, you're going to get a constant range in the display. So for tracking a deer, tracking a turkey, you're going to get that instant feedback, whether it's 42 yards or 37 yards or 26 yards, it's going to be right there staring at your face. So you can make an instant adjustment on your sight. Now it is a digital sight, so it's a little different than the conventional optical sights that we're used to, or scopes. It's got a LCD screen, as you can see. It's only 1.5 inches by 2 inches, so it's a relatively small display. The sight itself only weighs 12.5 ounces, so it is very light, and basically it's about the same weight as a conventional crossbow scope. On the front, you got your laser rangefinding and your digital lens in the front there, but basically a very compact scope, so it's actually smaller than most crossbow scopes. Really simple operation. You just turn it on, and it does come with a wired remote too if you want to plug it in and put the thumb switch by the trigger or by the foreguard on your crossbow. I like it on my foreguard there, where I can just activate it with my thumb when I want. And as soon as it's powered on, you get that instant range, which is a really nice feature. It will range out to 600 yards, but obviously for archery applications, it's not super important, but that feature is there. It does have 2 to 6 zoom, so you can set up at 2 power, you can zoom into 6 power, and it also has 5 different reticle options. So basically what you have to do is sight this scope in, or sight this sight in at 20 yards, and from there you kind of scroll through the different reticle options and pick the one option that best fits the trajectory of your arrow. Now you can also play with the zoom feature on that, to get it to match as close as you can. Just remember, if you're at 3 power with a certain reticle, that's where you want to keep it at when you're hunting. If you start playing around with the zoom and you forget where you put it at, where you started at, then that could mess up your aiming point. So just remember where you sight in at and just keep it there when you're hunting, and you're good to go. So, I find that the 5 reticle options will match a lot of the crossbows I have, so it certainly works. Since it's a digital sight, at the top of the screen there's also a digital level, so it lets you know right away if you're canted at all, which, as you know, shooting longer ranges, if you're canting the bow or tilting the bow, that's going to throw off your left and right a little bit as the range increases. So there's a lot of features packed into this scope. It also has low light enhancement, so if you're hunting in low light, the scope will adjust for that, so you can get a clear picture through the end of legal shooting times. It also records in 1080p, so at any time during a hunt on this remote or on the site, you press another button and it starts recording video. That video can be downloaded to a computer, or you can actually watch the footage right in the field after the hunt. So if you take a shot, you can stop recording, you can play back that footage, and you can look right there from your tree stand, right in your sight, your shot, to see where the arrow hit, if you missed, if you hit, where you hit. So that's a very nice feature too. So it also comes with a sunshade. So if you're hunting in the sun, it just clips on with Velcro. It does come with 2 batteries. Basically, this sight's ready to go. Comes with a micro SD card. So, it's basically put it on your scope, put it on your bow, sight it in, and you're basically good to go. So what makes it a really cool feature is for young shooters, because of the LCD display, you can actually stand behind a shooter while they're shooting, and you can see what they're looking at. So as you're teaching, young crossbow shooters shooting, sometimes the holdover points, that can get a little confusing, where to aim. You can actually stand right over their shoulder, look right in this sight, and see exactly where they're aiming and kind of coach them a little bit. So there's no other sights really you can do that with. as easily as this. So it's a really nice feature for teaching young hunters or new hunters, you know, the sport and what it's all about. So that's something that's often overlooked with this sight, but a very, very nice feature. You can even shoot this, you can shoot your crossbow from the hip if you wanted to, as long as you can see the display screen and see your aiming points, you're good to go. You don't even have to shoulder. So unless really weird angle shots, or if you're leaning out from the tree or shooting behind you, if your shoulder weld or your cheek weld's not perfect, that's okay. As long as you have your aiming point on the deer, it doesn't matter. As long as you can see the sight, you know, you're going to hit what you're aiming at. So, so that's pretty cool. So anyway, this sight is comparable in cost to crossbow scopes. It's not super expensive. It's a very nice sight that you should consider. Certainly a different technology, but a technology that works and has a lot of advantages. So you're looking for something different. Constant ranging feature is the big plus, and video recording right in your sight. No other site does it right now, so check them out at omegasights.com. Thanks for watching.